So, here are the pros. Jensen Ackles, the guy who plays Dean, directed this episode, and it was really solid. This is a classic case. It's the Winchesters unraveling a supernatural mystery, and I share Dean's enthusiasm.
I know where I'm at my best. That is right here, driving down Crazy Street next to you.
I was glad to see the drama and the story arc kind of getting the back burner and getting a solid Monster of the Week episode instead.
We just spent a week chasing our asses trying to lock Kevin down, okay? And look at us. Where the hell are we?
Because I really like episodes like that. Not that I don't like the old arc story, but the standalone episodes are the bread and butter of this show. This one really had me on the edge of my seat, too. I mean, it was twisting and turning all over the place, and I really didn't know what was going on until they laid it out for me. So they did a good job of making a surprising mystery. I really love the whole Mayan sacrifice angle. I always wanted to see Supernatural do something with Aztec or Mayan mythology, so the anthropology geek in me did a little dance when they finally decided to pull that one out.
Gangnam Style. Gangnam Style. Gangnam Style.
As much as I miss Bobby, he was a great character. He was so vital to the show for so many years. It's kind of good to see the boys investigating on their own.
God, where'd you find this guy? He's supposed to be a top expert in his field.
I like the continuity of them calling the language professor from last season's The Slice Girls.
All right, Professor Morrison, that does it. The FBI thanks you.
I like where Sam and Dean are right now. It's kind of back where they were in season 1, emotionally. I like that Sam wants to hang it up and Dean wants to hunt. It feels familiar, and I mean that in a good way.
Look, I'm not saying I'm bailing on you. I'm just saying make room for the possibility that we want different things. I mean, I want my time to count for something.
So what we do doesn't count?
All in all, I felt like this episode resembled a season 1 episode, and that's a very, very good thing. So here are the cons. This episode was advertised as focusing on Sam's love life and his new girl, and we barely saw anything about that. A couple of really brief flashbacks.
Happy birthday!
What is this?
Never seen a birthday cake before?
But I suppose that's just poor advertising. But seriously, we've barely gotten a glimpse of this really important person in Sam's life, and I'm finding it really hard to care about her. I mean, if she had a more distinct and quirky personality, I would be very invested in this story. But as of now, she's just kind of bland, and I just find myself not really caring and waiting for some shit to hit the fan with this story. I didn't really like the way the Mayans were talked about in this episode. I mean, I loved that they used the Mayans in Mayan mythology. I just didn't like the negative connotation in which they were used.
See, cacao was the most powerful god because maize was the most important thing to the Mayas. Well, that and torturing and killing everyone in sight.
The Maya were all about war and torture and conquest and sports.
I mean, I know the Mayans were kind of hardcore, but come on, Dean. They were not all about torturing everybody in sight. The showdown at the end was good, but it was kind of subverted by the silliness of it taking place at a strip club. I know this show has a sense of humor about things, but I kind of prefer it when the horror is played straight. Despite a couple of minor quibbles about this episode, it contained everything I really like about the standalone stories. It's a smart and interesting horror story. It's based in real mythology, and it's got a cool paranormal threat, and Sam and Dean just get down to business and get the job done. I hope there's more like this. So I give it 4 out of 5, and until next time, keep watching. I liked the continuity with the language professor from last week's babble that the cop killer eye gouging doing. Fuck it all. Change his identity. Opa Gangnam Style.